What's going on, guys? Welcome to Free Coffee. My name's Rob Riley. Calvin McChesney is behind the camera. Calvin, what's up?
What's happening, ladies and
Calvin's
gentlemen?
got a mic.
Welcome.
Let's go. Calvin's got a mic. I got a mic. We got a third mic for an interviewee in the future, potentially, if we can do it safely. We got everything. We're ready to rip. We're in the studio, and this is the first time Calvin's back since he left from to go to Florida. Tampa Bay. Man made it back.
All the time.
Florida man made it back. No COVID. Had the test, came back, got the test. He's clear. Everything's good to go. How long has it been since you've been back?
It has been just about 2 weeks now.
Jeez.
Still no symptoms?
Yeah, so man's ripping good, and he's safe now that he's in. Well, he's being safe now that he's back in Syracuse, even though cases are nuts. We're all being safe. Everybody, we're all just trying to be safe. I literally just took my mask off for the episode. We're following all the protocols. But if this is your first time here, even if it isn't your first time here, thank you for being here. Stoked. We're stoked. We're stoked to be here. We're stoked to be making content. We're just stoked. I'm going to use that word 1,000 times today. We're going to be talking today about 5 investments that I've made that have been worth the money. And I'm not talking about stocks. I'm not talking about crypto. I'm not talking about real estate. Excuse me. I'm talking about random purchases, things that have either enhanced the quality of my life or have paid for themselves or gotten me time back in my life, right? Like, so mental investments or all that sort of stuff, all good stuff. We're going to talk about lots of good stuff. So, I believe that a lot of these things could probably be seen as luxuries, but I hope we can talk about them just a little bit. We'll make this as quick as possible. Calvin's pulling out the camera. He's got me nervous. I can't have more than 2 cameras on me at a time. But these things will enhance your life. They've done so for me. I've really enjoyed having these things in my life, even though I believe in, anti-consumerism, saving money, and financial independence. All of those things require you not to buy items, not to buy things. Save your money, invest. That's really what I do a lot of. But there are some things that I do believe are worth the money. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's hop right into it, right? First is a water softening system. So I kind of have some notes here. I'm going to kind of go off of them. I'm going to try to balance everything. But for those of you that haven't heard of a water softening system, I'm going to read from here. I'm quoting the internet here. All right. A water softening system removes high concentrations of calcium and magnesium that cause hard water. So when water flows through the water softener, the system filters out these hard water minerals, and the softened water then leaves, and that's what you have going throughout your house. I pair that system in my house and in my apartment with a tap with an extra filter on it, so we get clean drinking water. It removes any chemicals. It removes any hard minerals. It makes it taste so good. So not only does this give you good drinking water that you and your guests in your house can enjoy, which is healthy. It prevents you from consuming plastic water bottles, which are bad for the environment. You can use this to fill up a reusable water bottle, and that saves, you having to buy plastic water bottles when you're out. But this also gives you good water to do other things with. So you guys know me, I love making coffee. My mom loves making tea. The secret to good coffee and good tea is good water. I don't care what anyone says. You can't take the best beans in the world and take shitty hard water and try to make good coffee. It's not going to happen. That's why all these coffee shops invest so much into high-end water softeners to make the water just so perfect. You can do that to a small degree in your house with a water softening system. I have one. I had one in my apartment. I absolutely love it. I would never go without it anymore because now we don't have to buy water bottles. Our coffee tastes better. Whether you're making Keurig, espresso, pour over, anything, better water is going to make better coffee. And you guys know me, I love my coffee. So I think that's a must. And honestly, for the fact that I no longer have to buy coffee out and I no longer have to buy water bottles, this thing will eventually pay for itself no matter where I take it and move it, right? So the second thing that I have bought that has been worth the money is a website. Now, I'm super excited to share this with you because I don't think I've talked about this on the pod, but I own and operate usedambulances.com. Now, that's a discussion, the whole usedambulances.com thing is a discussion for another pod. However, investing in that website was one of the best things that I could have done in 2020. That website has generated not only a great amount of business, but a great amount of connections, leads. It's just been an all around incredible investment, and it's returned more than any stock or crypto or investment could have, right? Obviously there's outliers, but generally, you're talking about multiples and multiples returned versus, percentages. So I think it's something that anyone with a small business or a personal brand should consider. It's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we have like a hub for all of our free coffee stuff on a free coffee website. And you know who we would call if we were going to do that? We would call Imperial Marketing Plus. So Imperial Marketing Plus built usedambulances.com. They're going to build the free coffee website when we eventually make one day. And they're working on a couple other projects for me right now, and they are today's episode sponsors. So Adam Wood and Josh Vinciguerra. Josh has been on this pod. Adam hasn't yet. We need to get him here. Good friends of the pod, great guys, and incredible hard workers and incredible at what they do. So not only do they have the web development side of their business, they also have the full marketing and brand building side of their business as well. I'm going to take from my notes one more time because I just want to tell you what they're all about. They have a personal guarantee to their clients that they are helping your brand stand out in a crowded market and creating a premium user experience. You can't ask for any more than that, right? They're performance-based, they're security-based. Everything they do is literal excellence. And I wrote up this episode prior to calling them, but I called Adam and I was like, yo, do you want to sponsor this episode? Like, we'll shout you guys out. I'm already going to talk about the business. It was just going to be a little bit smaller of a shout out. And they were stoked, right? They've been incredible. We were going to work with them forever on everything moving forward because there is no way we could have built what they built for us with, Squarespace or what's the other one, Wix. It's not happening. What they built has returned multiples. Thank you, Imperial Marketing Plus, Adam and Josh, for sponsoring this episode. Number 3. Some people might take this too far or think that this is too far, but honestly, I'm going to say it anyway because it's my freaking pod, right? It's my pod. Kelvin's behind the camera. Nobody's stopping me. Tailored clothing. So I think having like a bespoke suit or two along with some business casual clothes, it's crazy how much that sets you apart when you are literally standing next to people, right? Having clothes that are tailored to your fit is an incredible difference maker in meetings with people, making a first impression, going to a job interview, all these things. Looking good matters, even if it's subliminal, even if somebody doesn't require it of you. I think it makes a subliminal sort of, what's the word? I don't want to say experience. I don't know. Subliminal experience. Yeah. It makes, there's something about it that makes the experience better, especially when you're young, because no one expects you to have your shit together. No one expects you to have your shit together. I can't tell you how many interviews I've done and how many interviews I've seen people going to, young kids, right? Our age, early 20s, late teens, even late 20s, where they just don't know how to dress professionally. If you can get some tailored clothes, right? And obviously you don't want them all bunched up and balled up and wrinkled and everything, but tailored clothes fitted to you that look really good. That's a game changer in a meeting, in an interview or anything. And I honestly think that me having some better fitting clothes, professional clothes that I've been able to wear to meetings has probably given people more confidence in me, especially because I am in the clothing space with the printing business, right? So obviously I think that matters a little bit more, but I don't want to show up to a meeting, if I'm buying anything from anyone, I wouldn't want to buy, when I met the guys over at Imperial, they dress well. Like I don't want to buy something from people that look like slobs. And if you're trying to sell anything or make a good impression, you want to look good. Tailored clothing is the way to go. You can either find like a bespoke suit maker, bespoke clothing maker locally, or just find, a tailor on Craigslist. There's tons of tailors in every city. Am I saying that right? Tailor? Yeah. Okay, cool. So on to 4, moving nice and quick. Number 4 of the 5 things that I have bought, right, that have been worth the money. This one, if you thought the last one was too far, you're going to think this one was too far as well. There's no way around it. This one's definitely a luxury, but honestly, like I said, my pod, but we're going to talk about it because honestly, I want people to know about it. It saved me so much time. That is, I want to make sure I get the name right. Instacart Express, I believe. Yeah, Instacart Express account. $99 a year, and you can literally have your groceries once a day, an order of $35 or more, shopped and delivered to your door, your groceries. So not only is doing grocery shopping a good thing because you save money because you're eating at home, but saving the time on that is unbelievable. You save so many hours. Me and Lexi used to spend, you spend hours on a weekend in a Wegmans or whatever your local shop is, your grocery store. For us, we now, like me and Kelv, we're in the studio right now. It's a Saturday. We have better things to be doing on our weekends. I took an exam this morning. I don't want to be in a Wegmans. And not to even mention, we're in a pandemic. Make sure you tip your shoppers and your drivers well, because they're doing the shit in a pandemic. But you guys get the point. I don't want to be at a Wegmans. I want to save that time. $99 for a year. If you do one delivery a week, right? You have one free delivery a day over $35. But if you just do one a week, that means that you're paying $1.90 for your groceries to be shopped and literally delivered on your doorstep. That's insane. That's insane. So you're buying hours of your life back. It's hard to do that. It's hard to find places where you can make such a significant difference in how your time is spent for so little money. This is one of them. This is something that I will forever have from now on, because I can't imagine going back to spending hours of my week in a grocery store picking out bread and everything I ought to already get. It's so quick to just, select your things in the app. I've also found that not only am I eating healthier because I'm always have groceries, I'm never like, I don't want to go to the grocery store, I'll just pick up breakfast tomorrow. But I'm also, I'm not buying like snacks and like random things that I shouldn't have in the house. I'm eating healthier because I'm scrolling, I'm sitting there. I'm not just like impulse grabbing while I'm hungry walking through Wegmans. Like I'm not just grabbing the pack of Oreos and going on. All of those things make it so worth it for me. Even though some people might say $99 a year, it's a lot of money. Yeah, I know you could have that invested in the market, but I would rather buy my time back, especially being young. I can be much more productive with my time than grocery shopping. Make sure you tip your drivers well, because this is a shitty time to be doing that job. But those people are usually really good at what they do, and they deserve a good tip. So just make sure you take that into consideration. Number 5, the last thing on the 5 things that I bought that have been worth the money. What did I say? I said a road bike. So this one's really near and dear to my heart, but I think the example, right, the point I'm trying to make, we can move with. I bought a road bike, and honestly, it was a really big purchase for me. My road bike was $1,500, just to be transparent. Not all road bikes are that much. You can get used bikes for, a couple $100. You can get a fixed gear for $100. Doesn't need to be that much money. I just literally love riding my bike, and I use it an unbelievable amount. So it's one of the things that I've really splurged on in I think I bought it in 2019, but I spent a lot of money on it. But finding something that kept my exercise consistent and fun got me outside. And now, like me and Kelv, we can hit the parkway and go on a bike ride. Kelv's a big biker. You love biking, right?
That's right. That's correct.
So like, for me, having something consistent that I could always go out and do. I have an indoor smart trainer, so I can just take the back wheel off and ride my bike inside and do virtual riding on Zwift. That sort of stuff. It was always worth the investment. And I'm kind of the belief that if you don't pay for your health now and make investments in yourself now, you're going to be paying for it later in life with medical bills and just like poor life quality, right? So I'm willing to make investments now. It doesn't need to be a $1,500 road bike. I understand that. That's a little extra, but that was like what I wanted. I want to eventually race post-pandemic. I want to do races, so I needed to get something that was like race grade. But point taken, this for you might not be a road bike. This item could be, hey, look, I want a new pair of walking shoes or running shoes. This might be a nice fancy treadmill in the house that like really motivates you to get up and rock with it. Whatever it is, having something that like motivates you to get moving, be healthy, be happy, and enjoy it. Because guess what? I don't like going to a gym and lifting weights. Like I never have. I don't find that to be fun. Some people do, right? So investing in some dumbbells or investing in a year of a gym membership might be your thing. But for me, it's not that. I wanted to buy something that got me outside, something I could compete with in the future, right? and something that would like let me explore and keep me fit. That was all what I got out of a road bike. If you can find something that does that for you, I always think that that's going to be worth it, obviously within being reasonable. So that's it. Nice, short, sweet, fast. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said in the beginning, if this is your first time here, please support the pod. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. Please support the pod. It's amazing. It's like you guys probably expected me to say it. You can support it with a follow, a subscribe, or review wherever you're watching it. Just whatever you can do. It's a huge help. If you really want to support the pod, the thing that helps more than anything is telling a friend or putting it on your story. So screenshot it, put it on your story, tag at Free Coffee Pod, at Rob Riley, and at Calvin McChesney. All right, beautiful.
Correct.
All right.
And make sure to hit that notification bell.
Boom. I love it. So every Sunday at 7, thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, this is Free Coffee with Rob Riley and Calvin McChesney. Calvin, any last words, brother?
Just make sure, make that bell ding, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect.
Seriously.
Perfect. Until next time, peace out, guys.